uh, post this link so everyone and all of my social media knows that we're live. All right. Cool. Internet is informed about this, so let's give it a little bit more time so everybody can actually tune in. Let me see what I already have here. Hello, Melanie. Happy Easter to you too. Hello, David. Hello, από Φράξης ο Νίκος, εκπληκτικό όνομα. Καλησπέρα, τώρα τελευταία έχω κάποιο το Insane Perfection. Υπάρχει περίπτωση για δεύτερο solo album σου σύντομα. Μάγκες, τα έχουμε πει 100.000 φορές. Ναι, μετά από το καινούριο sunburst θα υπάρξει καινούριο solo album. Θα γράψω καινούριο solo album. Ναι, τσεκάρετε τα βίντεο νούμερο 1 και νούμερο 2, τα Q&A που έχω κάνει τις προηγούμενες 2 εβδομάδες. Υπάρχουν όλες αυτές οι ερωτήσεις με όλες αυτές τις απαντήσεις. Ευχαριστώ. So, turning back again in English, I will try to translate as much as possible and as many questions as possible so everybody can understand what we're talking about. So to all my Greek friends, I would appreciate if you could actually ask in English so that, you know, everybody can understand and everybody can participate. So as always, I'm going to start with some Instagram questions that I had. And as always, I had some very original questions and some things that was never asked before. Not. You guys are actually asking me again the same things. So if I'm not actually answering to your question, don't take it personally. Just go watch my previous Q&A videos, guys, and you right. I think we're back on. Okay, cool. So I would like to say thank you for all this live Q&A during these difficult days. Man, you're totally welcome, and I would like to thank you all for just joining me in these Q&A videos. It's as fun as for you, pretty much, for me too, honestly. The fretboard of your red guitar, is it ebony? Yes, it is ebony. I love ebony fretboards. It's probably my favorite fretboard, but not the only one that I actually like, as you're about to see in the future. What I possibly mean with that. Next one. When did you begin learning guitar? I've answered that before. 14, 15 years old. Have you ever tried Lancaster Pulse? Actually, I saw your question and I had to check out what Lancaster Pulse is, to be honest with you. I have never tried it. I didn't know its existence until today, so thank you very much for letting me know about it. I just checked it online. I don't know anything about it, so no. Next, were you a good student at school? Actually, I was an okay student at school. I wasn't the best, but I wasn't the worst. Especially when it came to the age that I started, playing guitar. I was giving a lot of time to my guitar for sure, but I just didn't want to be that guy in the class that is, the worst. So I did some minimum work, I guess. I managed to go to a university as well, technical university. It's pretty much how I can translate it in English. And I was actually, like I said before many times, I was studying to be a male nurse, but biomechanical asked me to become. If you weren't a guitarist, what would you be? Honestly, I don't know. As a teenager, what was the most difficult song that you knew, because I knew how to play. It's a teenager, right? Okay. I already could play pretty much each jam start to end, which was like one of the first songs from Dream Theater that I heard and I wanted to play. And in my head, like, when you start, you have all these wrong and misinformations that, this song, first time guitar player. And later on, you realize that no, there are so many more things that you can do and much more difficult. So I guess its exam was one of the most difficult. And I was playing parts by Dream Theater by then when I was a teenager. I cannot just say that I was playing all the songs that I was trying start to end, but I was trying to get things from songs. Like I would take this from this song and this from this song and that from this song. So this helped me a lot to become better. Next one. Do you know music theory and do you think it's important for shredders? Now, I'm gonna be a little bit hard on you on this one. I think, guys, you need to stop asking about does a shredder need to do this and does a shredder need to do that. Yes, you need to know music theory. Yes, I know my theory. I don't know everything about theory, but I gave a lot of my time to study theory, and I do really want to know what the hell am I doing. I don't understand why some guys, you actually always ask, as a shredder, do I need to do that? As a shredder, do I need to do this? What the fuck, guys? If you want to say you are a good musician and a good guitar player, yes, you need to do a lot of things. I don't know where this whole thing, shredders must be only fast started, but it's fucking lame and it needs to stop. If you want to be a shredder, in my head, which I absolutely hate the term shredder, to be honest with you, and I don't think that I actually, how can I say that? I don't think myself as a shredder, but if you want to say you are a good guitar player, you need to do a lot more things than just playing fast, and you also need to know your music theory. So please learn your music theory. Thank you. How's the process with sunburst? Will you guys implement Greek lyrics? I don't know. It's not exactly my territory, the lyrics, to be honest with you. Vasilis is writing the lyrics for sunburst. I'm gonna fix the lighting here because my brother just told me that it's not very good today. So Vasilis is actually writing the lyrics for Sunburst, but I don't know if he would like to implement Greek lyrics. I don't know if he's a big fan of that. But if it could happen, it would totally be in a very artistic way, and not just he would start singing Greek suddenly. Okay, let's see what we can do with that. All right, now we have more than enough light, right? Great. Okay, I need to fix this a little bit to make it perfect. Not bad. What about this? Stelio, let me know. Is that good now? Okay, you became a part of the video now. Like that? Actually like that. It's a little bit horror movie-ish. Okay, let's see. Okay, perfect. Dun 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 dun. Okay, cool. That was it with the Instagram questions. Thank you very much. And let's see. Hello. How can I improve my rhythm and generally studying songs? Okay. Rhythm is something that I think you need to practice with a metronome and generally practice riffs and rhythmical parts of songs. Now, there's not only 4/4, of course, but you need to start from 4/4, and then you can add more time signatures if that's what you want to do, and if you want to incorporate more time signatures in your music and in your abilities, let's say. I totally think that playing with a drummer and probably a good drummer is going to help you with the rhythm, and generally don't let rhythm random, as they say. So don't just practice riffs like that. I always say, if you cannot perform something, no matter if it's rhythm or solo or whatever, if you cannot perform it with a metronome, you cannot perform it at all. If you go to record something, you need to perform with a melody, as you can do, man. Okay, can you let me know in the chat section if the connection is okay? Because YouTube tells me sometimes that it's not exactly okay. Um, let's go a little bit higher again to see more questions. Probably I covered you with this one. Stavros DG watching live this time. Awesome. Nice to see you here, Stavros. Agila Stefanopoulos, how can I improve my rhythm? Thank you for asking that in English again. We already covered this one. Hello, Jairo Reyes. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name again correctly. Okay, Achilles. Hey, Gus. Hey, Achilles. Bullet for my Valentine. Let's see. Good evening, Gus. My question is this: can someone be good at two different types of guitar, for example, in metal and fingerstyle? Absolutely, you can. You can be good in more than one styles of guitar playing. What you need to do is pretty obvious. You need to give time to all these styles, and you can be not just good, but you can be great in more than one styles of guitar. I actually think that my favorite guitar players are not exactly good in only one style. They're better, they're good in more than one styles, and that's what makes them so unique, that they can incorporate more things in their music and in their playing. So it's not only possible, it's actually possible, and it's, if you ask me, it's also pretty necessary to become good. Salamir Kahrimanovic, I have a question that you don't hear every day, probably. While playing, how hard do you press? What do you feel in your fingers? Haha, I'm sorry. Salamir, actually, this is a question that I don't answer every day. Thank you for this. Well, I used to fret and pick much harder than I do right now. I still work on my technique. I do think that you shouldn't stop working not only on technique, but generally in every aspect of your playing. And that's what I do as well, and I try to improve that and everything. But gradually, I kind of reduced the strength and the pressure that I put in both my hands. So I think that it's definitely less than it used to be. Hopefully, I covered you with this one. Next one. Oh, wow, we have a lot already. Except Siggy Brown, what is your favorite guitar manufacturers? I like Ibanez a lot. Especially the JPM model, the John Petrucci model. I would really like to have that for fan reasons at some point, of course. I like music, man, especially the JP15. And I like some of the Sam Jackson models, but generally I would say that I'm a fan of custom made guitars. So that's why I love also Siggy. He's a custom guitar builder. He takes something very unique. I love also the Lepsky that I have there. I'm a fan of Rand guitars, of Mayonnaise guitars. I don't know. There's so many now. What else? I'm forgetting something. Yeah, I'm not. I cannot remember anyone else. But from, let's say, famous is the ones I told you. But I'm generally a fan of custom uh, custom guitars. Okay. Uh, Hello, Gus. Happy Easter. Happy Easter to you too, man. It's not Easter here yet. It's next week for us, but thank you very much. Been on a metal binge lately, and sunburst is on the playlist. Thanks for the grooves and melody. Thank you very much, man. Happy you enjoy sunburst. Hi, Rodriguez. What are the plans in the bands that you participate in? Check out the first two Q&A videos. Um, Lisa Lee asks, "What are you doing in quarantine to stay sane?" Okay, like everyone else, I'm watching series and movies. I try to work out, and I say try because I usually am very, very strict with my workouts. I really love working out, and almost literally I go to the gym pretty much every day. I will go 5 times a week for sure, 6 times a week most of the times, and five times if something happens and I cannot take it schedule wise. So right now it's a little bit difficult for me to keep doing that because I just cannot do it at home. I cannot work out at home. I just cannot get in the mood. Um, I do some push-ups and I do some pull-ups outside, and that's how I keep working out. I'm going outside. I run very late in the night. Like if you Larissa guys see a crazy guy running around 10:30 in the night in the river, it's me. So that's what I do. I always do that. It's not something different for me. I will run very earlier in the morning or very late at night, even before quarantine. That quarantine has nothing to do with that. I always like to work out with the least amount of people, and especially for running, the least amount of people. And especially at night, there is some kind of vibe. It does something to me also psychologically, and it really is great for me. So that's things that I do. I watch a lot of series and movies, as probably everyone else does. I try to practice as much as possible, like I always do. Quarantine has nothing to change, like changed nothing on this. And actually, my lessons are up as usual. So I'm always busy with my lessons, like quarantine doesn't happen at all. I will have There are days that I even have 5, 6, or 7 lessons, and I try actually to schedule a little bit better, but that's my life. Marvar, καλησπέρα Κώστα, τι λέμε, όλα καλά φίλε, να είσαι καλά. Greetings from Uruguay. Hello, greetings from Greece. Σε βλέπω στην τηλεόραση. Γεια σου ρε, γεια σου ρε. Jim Gaianos, λέω κι εγώ, άρχισε να το πει. Ποιο ρε? Mr. James, how to learn to visualize the fretboard during improvisation. Thanks. Very big issue. Well, I think that visualizing the fretboard and being able to use the 100% of your fretboard is not only about improvisation. It's a general thing. First thing you need to do, scales, arpeggios, chords, you need to know those things. You need to know them in as many places and as many keys as possible. I don't even discuss if you know the modes or not. You need to know the modes of the major scale for sure. You need to know how you use them and how you utilize them. And like I said, scales, arpeggios, all these things are going to help you. To me, cage system, very, very important. That will help you with visualizing the fretboard differently. And the intervals. Intervals are very, very important in the playing in general. And they can help you with just connecting a little bit boxes and positions. Especially the octave can help you in this particular thing. Not that the rest are not equally important, just the octave helps you finding and connecting positions. So yeah, that's it. That's one way to learn your fretboard. But in my opinion, improvisation has very, very little to do with that. And let me explain that a little bit. When you improvise, and let's say you are a beginner at improvising, it doesn't have to do with your level of playing. You can be a fantastic guitar player already, and you can suck at improvisation, because it's not the same thing. You need to practice it, and it's actually you actually practice a different part of your brain. So improvisation at the beginner level has a lot to do with scales and let's say phrases that you can find like ready to be played upon. So you can do some exercisey things, and you can just get started with playing a little bit with boxes and visualizing, as you say, the fretboard with boxes. But the thing is that when you improvise at a higher level, you should not think with boxes, but more with actually melodies that come at your head and phrases, and to bring them to your hands, as they say. So yeah, a little bit to do with boxes, as you can understand, at the higher level. So thanks for the question. Hopefully I helped you with that. Next one, Atish Chakma, I love your JB Altitude cover, thank you. Ανδροκλής Νούλης, Steve, θα μας δώσει τη συνταγή για τα μπέργκερ. Άντε ρε Στέλιο, στείλε κανένα μήνυμα, γιατί δεν μας βλέπω καλά. Λοιπόν, μάθε στον κόσμο πώς φτιάχνεις τον μπέργκερ. Μαλάκης, ήταν έπος τον μπέργκερ όμως, έτσι, όχι αστεία. Lee Uraken, hello, greetings from Poland. Luke's Metal, we can see you and hear you perfect. Oh, thank you for that. Του γιατρικό της καρδούλας μου. For great lyrics. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Gus Drax, hello from Japan. Hello from Greece. PKK, the connection is fine. Also, good evening. Thank you, guys. Okay, I see here my brother already has started giving directions for his burger. Sebastian Oval, what's your favorite solo that you wrote already? And a very like many times answered question. Check out the first 2 Q&A videos. Favorite song from Suicidal Angels. Oh my god, I have answered that 2 million times. Next. Okay, actually, my brother actually gives advice for burger. That's awesome. Μεταλλικό Πανκιό. Γεια σου, Gus. Έχεις σκεφτεί ποτέ να κάνεις κάποιο είδους μουσική συνεργασία με τον Gus G? Θα ήταν φοβερά τα αποτελέσματα της μουσικής και των δυο σας. Συνέχισε την καλή δουλειά, αδερφέ. Σε ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Το έχω απαντήσει και αυτό. Δεν υπάρχει κάποιο πλάνο με τον Gus να κάνουμε κάτι μαζί. Σίγουρα θα ήθελα να κάνουμε κάτι μαζί 100% κάποια στιγμή. Παράδειγμα, να είναι guest σε ένα τραγούδι μου. Παράδειγμα, να παίξει κάποιο solo. Να κάνουμε κάτι μαζί κτλ. Το έχω πει 1000 φορές. Ναι, εννοείται, θα ήταν μεγάλη μου τιμή. Δεν υπάρχει όμως κάποιο πλάνο. Για να μην αρχίσουν κάποιοι και λένε γιατί μου το είπανε και αυτό. Έμαθα, λέει. Μου στείλε κάποιος και μαθητής μου κιόλας. Συγγνώμη, στο μάθημα μου το είπε. Λέει, από ό,τι είδα, λέει, θα κάνεις και τραγούδι με τον Gus G. Μαλάκες, θα σας δείρω. Πού το βγάλατε αυτό το συμπέρασμα? Λοιπόν, πάμε παρακάτω. When making a metal solo, which is more important, feel or knowledge of scales and modes? Both. Both are important. Of course, feel is the most important thing, I guess, to a guitar player. But what you can do with feel if you don't know which fucking note you're going to go to? Unique insight is the same patterns and exercises on most of solos in metal. They are repetitive and boring. You're different. How you build them and be unique. Opinion, please, on Guthrie Govan and Michael Romeo. First of all, thank you very, very much. Actually, I had this kind of conversation with a student of mine yesterday because he wanted me to help him with a solo of his. Alex, if you see this live, hello. Especially when it comes to building, let's say, the runs that I do, which I think that you are actually talking about, even if it's whatever technique I'm gonna use, picking or legato or tapping, when I actually create a solo, I never use things that I have used before. To me, it's very, very important that it has something slightly different. And if you check my solos and the tabs, my students hate me for that because each solo has a different subdivisions and different combinations of subdivisions. I will create a picking run, which will probably come as a result of playing over the backing track, and this will have a specific flow, let's say, with the backing track. So that's one of the reasons why are different, because I try to have different backing tracks, let's say, of when I write solos, and because I actually think about, okay, I have done this before, so I'm not going to do this again. So I need to twist and turn it a little bit to make it different. So maybe I will have something similar, but it's not going to be the same. And I will create a different subdivision usually, but just by changing a little bit the subdivision is going to be enough for me to create something new, unique, and interesting. So I hope I cover you for this one. And as for Guthrie, I think he is a phenomenal guitar player. I think that his ability in playing different styles is incredible. And I really like also the way he talks about things. He looks like a very, very mature person and a very nice person. Michael Romeo is, I guess, especially when I was growing up and I was a teenager and so on, he was one of my favorite guitar players. I love Symphony X and I love his style. You can sometimes hear his influence in my playing, and yeah, I love both Symphony X and his solo stuff. And I also need to say that when I back in 2013, we were opening for Symphony X with Sunburst. He was a really nice guy. Let's see. Χαιρετίσματα από Αθήνα, χαιρετίσματα από Λάρισα. This is true. Suicidal Angels Athens to 2020 again. Εμάς τώρα κάτσε να δούμε αν θα βγούμε από τα σπίτια μας και τα βλέπουμε και τα live. Improvising is actually playing the guitar, not just being a mimic or a robot. I don't agree on that 100%. Hello Gus, many kisses from all the family here. Kisses back, man, kisses back. Love you all. Χαιρετίσματα από το Λεμαΐδα. Γεια σου φίλε μου. Hello from India. Hello. Anthony Etheridge. I've been watching your videos. They have helped me a great deal. Thank you. My friends, stay safe and happy Easter. Thank you very much, man. I'm really happy that my stuff is helping you. Um, Happy Easter to you too, and of course, stay safe and take care of yourself and your family. Τι πετάλια χρησιμοποιείς? Πολύ αστείο. Λοιπόν, ποιο τραγούδι ήταν αυτό που άκουσες πρώτη φορά και σε έκανε να κολλήσεις αυτό το μικρόβιο της metal σκηνής? Iron Maiden, Can I Play With Madness ήταν το πρώτο. Καλησπέρα, είχα έρθει στο live των Suicidal Angels στην Πάτρα, ελπίζω να έρθει ξανά σύντομα. Γεια σου φίλου μου, ελπίζω να πέρασεις καλά και εγώ ελπίζω να τελειώσει λίγο πρώτα όλη αυτή η κατάσταση με τον κορονοϊό και μακάρι να έρθουμε σύντομα. Hello from Mexico. I see here the dialogue of my brother with other chefs online talking about burgers. That's fantastic. Ποια ήταν η πρώτη σου κιθάρα? Q&A video number 1. Ξέρεις να μιξάρεις? Absolutely not. Let me talk a little bit about that. I see that a lot of musicians, I'm not going to say only guitar players, but musicians actually try to do a lot of things simultaneously, and while this is kind of good, it can also be something very, very bad. I tend to focus on the things that I do well, and then I give the things that I don't do well to people that actually do them well. So I am not good in mixing. Actually, I don't know how to mix. I can produce, not all by myself. I actually co-produced the Sunburst record along with me and Vasilis pretty much did the pre-production, and all the band together did the production along with Panos that made the mix, and we were also hugely involved in the mix process. So yes, we are part of that, but I don't mix, and to be completely honest with you, I don't think that I'm going to go to this part. Of course, I'm going to learn because I still search and I still try to learn things. I will try to learn more things about producing and recording better and this technique and that technique, but I'm never gonna say I'm a mixing guy. Steve Lado is a mixing guy. Fix ή Amstel? Ξανθιά μου αρέσει η Amstel, αλλά η Fix Dark σκίζει. Κάποια μέρα θα παίξω support σε live σας. Μακάρι φίλε μου, συνέχισε την καλή δουλειά και γιατί όχι. Πού είσαι ρε Κώστα, κλείμα με τον ιό, έκλεισε και ο ναός στο barbecue. Καλά να περνάς, θα τα πούμε μουσικά σύντομα. Γεια σου Πάνο, δυστυχώς όντως έκλεισε το barbecue, αλλά και να μην ήταν κλειστό. Εγώ ούτως ή άλλως δεν μπορώ στη Λάρισα να παίρνω πάντα barbecue, κάποια φορά τον έρχομαι Αθήνα. Και εσύ να είσαι καλά, να προσέχεις τον εαυτό σου και την οικογένειά σου και τα λέμε σύντομα. Ποια είναι η άποψή σου για την punk μουσική? Ακούς κάποιο punk συγκρότημα? Θα έλεγα ότι δεν είναι όπως λένε και οι Αγγλοί, not my cup of tea. Σέβομαι όλα τα είδη μουσικής, αλλά προσωπικά η punk δεν μου κέντρισε ιδιαίτερα το ενδιαφέρον ποτέ στη ζωή μου, οπότε όχι, δεν ακούω. Next, hello from Australia, Gus. Hello, Brett. Hello, Gus. Do you listen to Greek folk music like Rebetiko? If I say yes, it's not going to be 100% true. If I say no, again, it's not going to be 100% true. I listen to some Greek stuff. I like great bouzouki players. I find huge inspiration from them. And generally, I'm attracted by great musicianship. No matter the style of music, when I hear something that is like good and at least in my ears, and incorporates some good musicianship, I will always check it out. It's no news, I guess, that I'm a huge Manolis Chiotis fan. And for example, also a modern day bouzouki shredder is Michalis Paouris, who is also a fantastic player and fantastic musician that he actually has some awards that some people can only dream about, and he has actually performed in some of the biggest places in the world. I have learned in my life to not underestimate any kind of music and any kind of instrument. I respect every kind of music and every kind of instrument, and I can take influence and inspiration from different things. Hello, brother. We still love to get you here in Boston. Hopefully soon, man. Hopefully soon. Να χαίρεσαι τον Άγγελο. Ευχαριστούμε πολύ. Choose best lineup for you besides 90s Dream Theater. I have already done that. Like, the best band lineup is 90s Dream Theater. Like, we have it. Why search for more? Rosie. Hello, Rosie. Good luck with your practice thesis, let's say. I think it's the right term. So not sure if anyone has asked you before, but I wanted to ask you, what has been the highlight of your career as a guitarist so far? A moment you cherish and won't ever forget. Good one. I think I have answered that before, but I guess this is a question that can change many times in your life. And I can say that it's not only one. For example, my first ever show with Biomechanical was a highlight for me, and I will never forget how nervous I actually was at that show. I have never been so nervous in my life before or after that. It was like literally the moment with the most kind of pressure that I felt right here, and I literally couldn't talk to anyone. Also, like you will probably see the motive here that I will say first thing that time that this happened, time that this happened and stuff. So first big festival that I played with Biomechanical was also a huge highlight. Playing with Sunburst for the first time, generally out of Greece, which I don't know if you guys know that, but Sunburst performed first out of Greece and then performed in Greece. Playing with Symphony X, playing in Tokyo with Suicidal Angels was a huge highlight for me. I always wanted to go to Japan, and I hopefully we will return there soon. Playing with opening for Slayer was a very big highlight for me. And also I would have to say that the Athens show that we did with Suicidal this January, which was the band's most successful one so far, with I don't know, more than 1,300 people, something like that was the number. Also a huge highlight. So I guess, yeah, I overanalyzed it, I think. Jim Gayanos, camping or hotel, or a mixture of those two, depends on who you are with. No, I hate camping. There, I said it. I cannot camp. I can be with a camping company, like there, and doing barbecue and so one can be there, like, I don't know, 4 a.m. in the morning, and then say, okay guys, see you tomorrow, go back to my hotel, sleep like a person, and then we'll wake up the time that I want to wake up, and not just because at 7 o'clock the sun is up, and then go and find my camping friends all tired like shit from not sleeping because the sun was up. So yeah, fuck camping. No, I know that some people love that, but it's definitely not my thing. Καλησπέρα Gus, πώς πιστεύεις ότι μπορεί να συνεχίσει μια μπάντα αφού βγάλει το πρώτο άλμπουμ demo, εκτός από το να παίξει στο School Wave? Έχεις βάλει πολύ μικρό όριο, έτσι, δηλαδή είσαι στο πρώτο demo και στο πρώτο άλμπουμ. Είναι πολύ πολύ αρχή ακόμα. Έχεις πάρα πολλά πράγματα να κάνεις και προφανώς δεν πρέπει να σε παίρνει από κάτω, είτε να λες ότι εδώ έφτασα, οπότε τώρα τι κάνουμε. Πρέπει να συνεχίσεις να δουλεύεις. Αυτή τη στιγμή υπάρχουν μπάντες στον πλανήτη που μπορεί να έχουν 18 άλμπουμ, 14 άλμπουμ. Εσύ έχεις βγάλει ένα demo ή ένα άλμπουμ στην προκειμένη. Πρέπει να συνεχίσεις να κάνεις αυτό, να δουλεύεις και ατομικά ο καθένας για να γίνει καλύτερος μουσικός και συνολικά η μπάντα για να γίνει καλύτερη σαν μπάντα. Να προσπαθήσεις να παίξεις όσο το δυνατόν περισσότερα live μπορείς, να στείλεις το demo σου ή το album σου σε εταιρείες, να δεις αν υπάρχει ενδιαφέρον. Αν υπάρχει, έχει καλώς, προχωράς να δεις λίγο τι μπορείς να κάνεις. Θα σου λέω να υπογράψεις δεν καλά στον πρώτο άνθρωπο που θα σου πει ότι πάμε να κάνουμε συμφωνία, γιατί μπορεί να υπογράφεις πολύ λάθος πράγματα για σένα και το συγκρότημά σου, αλλά είναι μια αρχή. Και συνέχισε να δουλεύεις. Το ότι έχεις ένα άλμπουμ δεν σταματάει εκεί η ζωή. Γράψε και δεύτερο άλμπουμ, γράψε τρίτο άλμπουμ. Ακόμη και αν τώρα δεν υπάρχει ενδιαφέρον από κάποια εταιρεία, στο επόμενο άλμπουμ μπορεί να έχεις κάποιο ενδιαφέρον από εταιρεία. Και σιγά σιγά να χτίσεις την μπάντα σου, να κάνεις ακόμα περισσότερες συναυλίες κλπ. Απλά συνεχίζεις να κάνεις αυτό το πράγμα που αγαπάς. Kimoi Kimoi. Hey man, I really love your cover of Miles of Machines. Does the intro riff, is there intro riff hard to play? Uh, well, it's not easy for sure, but yeah, it's doable. You can do it with enough amount of practice. You can do it. Which riff from another band you admire and you wanted to write? I admire literally thousands of riffs from other bands, but I would never like to write them, especially since they are already written. But yeah, I like so many riffs. Let's see, regarding VST plugins, you already start with something that I'm not exactly working with, but let's say, what do you think about amp and guitar effects simulation? There are some players who use full virtualized equipment live through an amp interface. Will you do that if it's good? I don't see myself using VST plugins live. No. I have my camper, and I probably will keep it this way. If I'm not going to use a camper, maybe I will go even traditional with head and cabinet, but no VST plugins live. No, absolutely no. Let's see if we have different kinds of questions, guys. Let's answer something different. Let's see. Okay, how are you inspired to write music for all your three bands, considering the different genre? Do you have a specific way for composing, or is it pure inspiration and cuts the moment? First of all, so far I have not composed for Suicidal Angels. At least not I didn't bring riffs so far. I don't know for the future. Probably yes. I contributed the solos and the clean stuff. So I cannot exactly incorporate Suicidal in this question. And as for my songwriting, I just follow my inspiration. And if a riff just comes in my head, I will try and I will start jamming. And this will probably bring the other one and the other one and the other one. And that's how pretty much I build a song. Different questions. Let's see, different questions. Okay, Rosie, θα δούμε άμα χωράσει καμιά βαλίτσα. Have you ever been in a mosh pit wall of death? Never. I have never been in a mosh pit or a wall of death. I was always afraid that I might hurt my hands especially, but I was generally afraid. That's not something that I am. I don't know. Not afraid to say. I didn't want to hurt my hands, especially because I just was practicing and guitar was my first priority. So no mosh pits and walls of death for me. Non-standard European places to visit. Finally, finally different. Okay, so I liked Romania, Cluj-Napoca. When we went there, I really liked that. And I would also like to go to the Castle of Transylvania, the Dracula Castle. I haven't been there yet, and I really want to. Another one that I haven't been and I really want to go is Belgrade for sure. And let's see now from other places that I actually went, like Cluj. Um, what was it? Prague. I like Prague, which is actually not number one destination, but also not really very infamous, let's say. Um, I have only been for a couple of hours pretty much in Oslo, so I would really like to see a little bit more of Oslo and Norway. What else? What else? Europe, Europe. I like Glasgow a lot as well. Um, and I want to go, of course, in Dublin, Ireland, and that part of the UK. Ireland, Wales. I want to see those places. So yeah, I think this is enough. Κύπρο έχεις παίξει live? Όχι, δεν έχω παίξει live ως τώρα στην Κύπρο. Ελπίζω σύντομα. Ειλικρινά, μέχρι να μακρύνει το μαλλί σου, έφαγες πόρτα από κοπέλα. Ε, Δόξα τω Θεώ, όχι. Λοιπόν, χταποδάκι στη Σχάρα ή καλαμάρα για την Ανιτά? Χταποδάκι στη Σχάρα. Τέτοιες ερωτήσεις κάντε. Ή. Βάλτε μου διλήμματα. Let's go, guys. Give me dilemmas. Do the this or that kind of thing. Let's do that. That's funny. Let's do that. Give me some dilemmas. Give me band dilemmas. Make me choose between things. That's actually very funny. Let's do that. Let's do that. Until then, sea or mountain? Of course, sea for me. I like mountain too, but sea, I love sea. In Flames, Ice Death. Not exactly very similar bands. Not similar, but I liked In Flames up to the horror show. And this is where I actually liked In Flames more. In Flames. If you're a Star Wars fan, prequel trilogy or sequel trilogy? You mean sequel trilogy? You mean the Disney or the original one? Just make it a little bit clearer. Yes, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so make that clear so that I can actually answer. Jason Becker or Sean Lane? I love Sean Lane, but Jason Becker is my choice here. Μπουγάτσα αλμυρή γλυκιά. Μπουγάτσα με τυρί. Megadeth or Metallica? Megadeth. Slayer. Slayer, a creator or Sodom? Slayer. Jackson or Ibanez? Ibanez. Disney movies, yes. No, I like the prequel. I love the Vader story, man. I'm a huge fan of Vader. He's he's my favorite character of the whole Star Wars universe. So Burzum ή Ασδάχα? Κανέναν. Fates Warning or Queensryche? Queensryche. This is the dilemma. You are at the show, you have a choice. You either join the mosh pit knowing you will last 5 songs, or join the wall of death knowing you will survive 2 songs. Which do you join? None! I will join none. I will just stay at my place, man. Rocky or Van Damme? That's a tough one. Rocky. Zikos ή Vegos? Zikos. Παστίτσιο ή μουσακάς? Μουσακάς. Δύσκολο πολύ ρε πούστη. Νομίζω μουσακάς. So we're saying those Monica Bellucci in Malena or Cameron Diaz in The Mask. Shit, that's a tough one. Monica Bellucci, όμως. Burger or pizza? No, don't do this. I love both, but yeah, I guess pizza. Pizza, yeah, pizza. Blind Guardian or Nevermore? Nevermore. Και εδώ τίθεται το ερώτημα. Dream Theater των 90s ή Γαύρος του 99? Σκληρός. Πολύ σκληρός. Αλλά η Dream Theater των 90 είναι άλλη φάση. Απλά η Dream Theater των 90 και ο Γαύρος του 99 είναι εντάξει. Είναι ένα όνειρο και οι δύο. Αν και για να σου είμαι ειλικρινής, η ομάδα του Ερνέστο ή και του Μίτσελ τη χτυπούσε την ομάδα του 99. Άποψή μου πάντα, έτσι. Metallica or Iron Maiden? Iron Maiden. Choose a useless superpower or choose a superpower and the chat chooses a flow. A useless superpower. I don't know what's a useless superpower. Give me the dilemma. Ray Alder or John Arch? Ray Alder. Κολόνια ή φυσική μυρωδιά δέρματος? Μιλάς για εμένα ή σε γυναίκα, παράδειγμα? Make that clear. Λοιπόν, στα live ενθαρρύνεις πολύ το moshpit, αν και λίγο αντιφατικό. Καθόλου αντιφατικό. Δεν ενθαρρύνω τον εαυτό μου να μπει στο moshpit. Η μουσική που παίζουμε με το Suicidal απαιτεί moshpit. Οπότε τους λέω να κάνουν moshpit. Και ευχαριστιέμαι όταν κάνουν moshpit. Τα παιδιά λοιπόν που γουστάρουν να κάνουν moshpit, γαμώ. Τους βάζω να κάνουν moshpit. Το ότι λέω στα παιδιά να το κάνουν δεν σημαίνει ότι και εγώ θα έμπαινα σε αυτό. I already answered in this Q&A about being a good or a bad student. Seriously, someone is actually asking about my favorite band. Not... την ομάδα του 99 την χτυπούσε η ομάδα του Μήτρα Βαρέτη, την παρέα του Πετρούτσι στα 90's όμως τη χτυπούσε. Είδες! Πολύ σωστός. Πάρα πολύ σωστός. Πάρα πολύ σωστός. Vibrato from David Gilmour or vibrato from Marty Friedman? David Gilmour. Vibrato. Having the power to be invisible, order to fly. If I can be invisible, no one will see me. So if I fly, it's a cool superpower, but they can still see me. Being invisible. Σε μένα, λέει ο Γκαϊάνος. I cannot exactly smell my personal smell, so I will have to say perfume. Marvel superheroes or DC superheroes? That's a tough one, and I'll explain why. My favorite superhero is Batman, which is a DC, but I like generally Marvel heroes more. Manowar or Sabaton? Manowar. Sorry for asking your favorite band. No, you shouldn't be sorry for asking me anything. You can just find the answer in millions other videos. Dream Theater. Come on, we are talking about them right now. Acus Diagonist. I have heard a little bit from them and they're pretty cool, but I don't hear so much from them. Παίζεις κάποιο video game τώρα στην καραντίνα? Τα είπα και στο προηγούμενο, δεν παίζω καθόλου video games. Come on, give me a little bit more dilemmas. Let's see. Dissection ή Emperor. Dissection. Again about superpowers, laser vision or super speed. I already have super speed, so I'm gonna go for laser vision. Κώστα να σε ρωτάμε και στα ελληνικά. Dance with the Devil, I would prefer if you guys could ask in English so that I can answer in English and everybody can understand. If it's so, like, if your English is not that good or is it so difficult, just go for Greek, but I would prefer to be asked in English. Τηλεόραση YouTube. Ξεκάθαρα YouTube. Ξεκάθαρα YouTube. Σουβλάκι ή καλαμάκι. Σουβλάκι τρώμε. Το καλαμάκι το βάζουμε για να πίνουμε νερό, να πίνουμε κοκακόλα, να πίνουμε καφέ, φραπέ, τέτοια πράγματα. Σαμουράλ. Γεια σου και σε εσένα. Σάμπατον ή Powerwolf. Powerwolf. Δεν ξέρω. Dilemma number 2. You have 2 hours to learn 4 songs for a band that's about to play live. Which one would you pick? A. Creator. B. Sodom. C. 80s Megadeth cover band. 80s Megadeth cover band. Why should I join an 80s Megadeth cover band? From these 3, Creator. But if it was Megadeth, I would go for Megadeth. Vasilis or Roy Khan? Vasilis. Sorry, this is a biased opinion, of course. But yeah, I love Roy Khan, but I love Vasilis more. Loomis or Becker? Fuck. Jeff, I love you, man, and I know that you're not going to hold me a grudge for this. So yeah, I'm gonna say Becker for obvious reasons. But I love Jeff. I love you, man. You have to choose one. Lose your right hand or lose your left foot. I can still play guitar with no foot, so let the foot go. What can we do? Οικογενειακές ιστορίες. Seriously. Οικογενειακές ιστορίες. Κόκκινος κύκλος φυσικά. Τι οικογενειακές ιστορίες. Μου ανέβηκε λίγο. Έφαγα μια φρουτοσαλάτα πριν. Και ανέβηκε ο ανανάς εδώ, ρε φίλε. Ήδη. Χωρίς να δω. Beer or whiskey? I'm not a very big alcohol drinker. I don't really drink. So I guess I'm gonna say beer. I drink more beer than whiskey. Although when I go out and don't want to have a beer and have a drink, I will have some gentleman's Jack. Not the regular Jack Daniels, the gentleman's Jack. I actually absolutely love this one. Έρε και οι Λαρισαίοι σαν τους Θεσσαλονικείς είστε με τα σουβλάκια. Ναι, τους Λαρισαίους όμως άκουσε τους όσον αφορά το κρέας. Guys, if you see that I'm actually don't answer your questions, those questions have been answered in the previous Q&As. Best guitarist in Megadeth after Friedman. In my humble opinion, Chris Broderick. Do crabs think fish can fly? I don't know. Let's ask crabs. Vasilis is Vasilis all the way. I'm biased also. Yeah, I know. Last one: shrimp or calamari? Calamari. Από φράξεις ο Νίκος, βλέπω πολλά διλήμματα για φαγητά. Φάτε το εσείς για να σας καθαρίσει τους μπόρδους, να βγάλουμε το μεροκάματο με τις αποφράξεις. Choose. You'll never have to sleep again or can eat anything without gaining weight. Eat anything without gaining weight. Eat anything without gaining weight. I'm gonna have the sloppiest diet in the world. Eat anything without gaining weight. Favorite drummer, Mike Portnoy. Calamari is the way to go, παιχτάρα. Any museum you like or episode of history you like to read about? I generally not a reading person, but I really like learning about history, and I like learning about older stuff, older history. But if it's something which is in the last 100 years or less, I'm more just more generally interested about that because it's probably because it's closer to us, like to my generation. So yeah, I prefer history of the last 100 years. Φουσέκης ή Λέντις? Νομίζω ότι ο Φουσέκης ήταν πολύ καλύτερος μάλλον, για να είμαι ειλικρινής. Και ο λόγος που ήταν καλύτερος ήταν ότι ο Φουσέκης έχει πολύ λίγα σημεία στα οποία ρίχνει πινελίκια, δηλαδή βρίζει. Θεωρώ ότι το να κάνεις φάρσα, να σηκώσεις ένα τηλέφωνο, να πάρεις ένα αριθμό και να τραβάς πινελίκια, ξέρω εγώ, και Χριστοπαναγίες, μπορείς να το πεις και πολύ εύκολα. Απλά θα σηκώσει κάποιος, θα τραβήξει 10 Χριστούς, ας πούμε, θα ξαφνιαστεί και λιγάκι. Ποιος σχέστηκε? Ο Φουσέκαρος, φίλε, είχε σενάριο. Δηλαδή έπαιρνε και είχε πλάνο η φάρσα. Δηλαδή η φάση με την πίτσα, ας πούμε. Πάει και παίρνει να παραγγείλει πίτσα, ας πούμε, ο τύπος. Και ρωτάει, εξής, έγινε κάποια εισχωρή κτλ. Είναι, χωρίς πλάκα, αυτό το πράγμα ήταν αυτό ότι είχε σκέψει. Είχε πολύ λίγα πινελίκια μέσα, το οποίο, εντάξει, προφανώς δεν έχω θέμα με τα πινελίκια. Εγώ ρίχνω πινελίκια, ρε παιδί μου, αλλά γελάω 100.000 φορές περισσότερο με το Φουσέκι. Λοιπόν, τι πόλεμο κάναμε στο Βόλο? Γούσταρε η ψυχή μου. Ήτανε σούπερ, δεν το συζητάμε. You do the next level of altitude's best cover ever. Thank you very much. Σου άρεσε ο Dimebag? Φυσικά και μου άρεσε ο Dimebag. Last dilemma. You're in a country that doesn't speak English, Greek. Which country would you pick and why? Well, Japan speaks some English for sure. Like, I haven't found a single Japanese person that can not talk English, at least to communicate, so I cannot say Japan. Spain, they don't talk that much English, so, but most Spanish people that I know speak a little bit, but I have to pick something. So I guess I'm gonna say Spain, which I actually love. Αγαπημένος κιθαρίστας των Maiden. Είμαι ανάμεσα στον Adrian Smith και τον τέτοιο. Έλα, τώρα κόλλησα. Γιατί έχει περάσει η ώρα και έχει κουραστεί το κεφάλι μου. Και τον Μέρι. Λοιπόν, και μικρός, όταν ξεκίνησα να ακούμε Maiden, ήταν ο Μέρι. Μετά, όταν έμαθα και περισσότερα για την κιθάρα, ρε παιδί μου, και είδα τους Maiden λίγο διαφορετικά, λίγο πιο inside κτλ. Είδα ότι, νομίζω ότι τέτοιος. Ο Άντριαν είναι πιο καταρτισμένος και πιο μουσικός κλπ. Οπότε κάπως 50-50 εδώ πέρα. Αλλά μιας και ο Άντριαν είναι μάλλον πιο συνειδητοποιημένη, ας πούμε, επιλογή, ας πούμε Άντριαν. Γκάς, έχεις να προτείνεις ηλεκτρική κιθάρα στους 350 ευρώ για metal? Μου αρέσει κυρίως στυλ Dream Theater. Εντάξει, κοίταξε, το budget σου είναι σχετικά μικρό, οπότε θα σου έλεγα ότι για να πάρεις κάτι το οποίο θα μπορεί να σε καλύψει σε κάτι τέτοιο, θα πρέπει να βρεις κατά πάσα πιθανότητα κάποιο πολύ καλό μεταχειρισμένο. Αν πας για καινούργια 3,5 εκατοστάρικα, κάποια φθηνή σειρά της Σύμπανες, κάποια φθηνή σειρά της LTD, λίγο πολύ όλα τα ίδια θα είναι, για να σου είμαι ειλικρινής. Αν μπορείς να βρεις όμως κάτι καλύτερο μεταχειρισμένο, πήγαινε για κάτι τέτοιο. Okay, and since we are already over the hour, I'm gonna answer 2 more questions and just we can end this and renew our date for next Sunday. Πόσες κιθάρες έχεις? 2, 3, 6, 7 αυτή τη στιγμή. From Brazil, do you like Sepultura? Of course I like Sepultura, of course. And just some trivia. In Larissa, in my hometown, Sepultura is a huge band. And in 2011, I think it was when they came, or a little bit later than that. I don't remember the exact date, but it was after 2010. They came here and they played 3 shows in Greece: Athens, Thessaloniki, and Larissa. Larissa had the most amount of people than any other Greek date. Okay, my brother tells me 2012, so yeah. Kiko Loureiro or Marty Friedman. I like both guys. They are great in their own way. They are so much different. Kiko has this fusionish and all these Brazilian elements that make him such a great musician and a great guitar player. Marty Friedman is Marty Friedman, and Marty Friedman has been an inspiration and influence on my playing, so I have to say Marty. And okay, legit last one. And last one also for my live guys. Sorry, this is fun. Yeah, I know. So next time we will actually have more than that. Another dilemma, this time about mythical creatures. Dragons or sea serpents? Dragons. All right. So, guys, we exceeded every Q&A's time. We are entering the 70 minutes, and thank you for this one. That was very fun, and I'm going to keep the dilemma type of questions for next times as well. Thank you all for joining me. Hopefully you all had a great time like I did. And stay safe, take care, and I'll see you all in a week, or I don't know, maybe even earlier than that. All right, see you all. Bye.